Hello? Mm. How's it going? Welcome back to another fan reading on r/tales from the creeps. Today we were visiting a previous author I've read from beforehand. This is Dallas Brillin. They wrote what was it? I Robbed the Wrong House, and they have submitted a new story which looks kind of fun. It's called The Perfect Start to Your Day. Haven't read this, haven't looked into it, no idea what it's gonna be about, but something tells me it's gonna be some just really fun, like quick gut punches kind of horror. You know what I mean? So, without further ado, like usual, all the links will be in the description below, including especially the author, and the Discord server if you want to just come hang out, and chat with other authors I've read from. So, anyway, I'll say it again. Without further ado, the perfect start to your day. It was summer break, and I was on the graveyard shift at the shitty little food mart I worked at. I was the only one still awake enough to show up from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., and I was mainly just watching ads on the TV. That's when the ad for that shitty Lucky Charms knockoff called Leprechaun's Gold, and I rubbed my eyes as I watched the ad. Are you waking up groggy and struggling to get out of your bed in the morning? Are you constantly eating bacon, eggs, and do you want some excitement in the morning? Well then, get Leprechaun's Gold cereal. Collect all 9 Leprechaun toys from the boxes. You will get a special prize. I had just gotten some of the exact cereal, and I was insanely bored, so I turned off the camera so I wouldn't get in trouble. Started busting open cereal boxes. It was a shitty thing to do. I was 15 and bored out of my fucking skull. I was watching ads for crying out loud. I rummaged through the boxes. If I didn't find anything, I tossed it into a trash bag, not even bothering eating any of the cereal. That shit probably has like 90 grams of sugar. The music in the ad absolutely slapped though, so I kept replaying it over and over and over again until I was sick of the repetitive jingle. My fingers were covered in the cereal dust, and I had only found 3 of the 9 leprechauns, and all 3 of them were butt-fuck ugly. One of them had anus chin, the other had British teeth, and one of them looked like a child molester. Not even trying to be funny, looked like how he would enjoy sniffing my hair. What the flip, dude? I looked at my thick yellow dust-caked hands and walked over to the bathroom to wash them clean. Stared down at the pitch-black hallway, flicked the light on, kinda was expecting to see someone standing there, and sadly, no one was. The sleep deprivation was truly getting to me, since I was hoping for someone to be standing there in the dark to scare me. It would mean I wasn't alone, I wasn't just being paranoid. I walked to the bathroom and stared at my ugly face. A lack of good hygiene and eating rarely left me looking similar to Christian Bale in the Machinist. Just a bit more meat since my mother forces me to eat. Use the water to keep my long greasy red dyed hair pulled back without a hair tie. Spent a solid 5 minutes just washing my acne-riddled face. I don't care much for appearance, but acne got really annoying when my face is constantly hot just from the acne. Felt kind of like how a dog sheds its fur when a summer is on its way. Come on, Joey, just 5 more hours till 6 a.m., then you can pass out. I reassured myself over and over, splashing water on my face to keep myself awake. I walked back to the cash register and cleaned up all the boxes, and somebody was pulling into the parking lot right outside. I stretched and took a swig of water so I could have more hospitality. I am the first face of Judy's Food Mart, and they will see. Another teenager walked in, around 16 from what I could tell, clearly just getting some late-night snacks for playing games or something. He had short, curly black hair and took way less care of himself than me. And that's saying a lot since I'm an MTG fan. We are notorious for not taking care of ourselves. Good evening, and welcome to Judy's. Hey man, y'all got some Ruffles and Monsters? Oh yeah, in the back. Good taste. I watched him from the cash register. He got 2 Ruffles and 4 White Monsters. Jesus Christ, he was in for a wild night. Totaled up to $29. He didn't seem bothered by the price. I was slowly locked in on getting the stuff and having whatever lonely night he definitely would be having. No one gets Ruffles and a White Monster unless they're gonna be lonely all night. Slow night? Yeah, been here since 10. I'm exhausted. Damn, you probably need these monsters more than I do. Nah, man, monsters isn't my style. Too much chemicals. For legit anything else. Chuckled a bit while I bagged his stuff. That's fair, man. I only drink monsters since the shit gets me insanely jazzed up. Or some whiplash type shit. Something feels weird, man. Just be tired, have a good night, dude. He then left, and now that I was alone again, I got more leprechaun gold boxes to keep busting them open. Turned on the TV and a slew of ads started back up again. I don't even know if there was a show underneath all those ads. Next hour was spent digging through cereal with enough sugar to put down a couple of bowls. It has to be illegal in some way to sell this to young kids. After what felt like forever, I got 4 more leprechaun toys. All of them were hideous to the point. I was laughing my ass off at their pure ugliness. As if I was knighting the ugliest secretans, I dubbed the new 4 as Bug-Eyed Freak, Wilford Brimley's fat cousin, Red-Headed Wendigoon, and the worst of the bunch, your ugly fat mom. I'll line them up with the first 3, and I noticed how overflowing the trash cans in the store were, so I got some surgeon gloves, since those cans were absolutely foul, and went to gather them all. I walked out of the front of the store into the surprisingly chilly summer night, holding like 8 trash bags in my hands. Weirdly, there was no back exit to the store, so every time I took out the trash, I had to go through the front door, then walk around back to the dumpster. Don't know why there was no back exit. It would be better for business or something if you didn't see the employee take out the trash, right? So I took the trash bags around the back, wrinkling my nose at the smell of rotten food and just the general smell of a dumpster. A cesspit of humanity's bile. Just 3 hours and 48 minutes till 6 a.m. Keep on rolling, Joey. The only thing motivating me to just not pass out right there on the ground was finding the last 2 of the ugly-ass leprechauns. What can I say? I love ugly things. That's why I have Baskin Hound. A Baskin Hound. Okay. Sorry. Only 2 more of the ugly bastards collect, and I was determined to pull all 9 of my shelf purely out because it would look funny. My gloves stayed on as I opened more boxes. Ain't no way in hell I'm getting my fingers all caked in cereal dust again. 2 times is enough. I realized all the cereal on the floor and vowed myself that I would clean up the pure sugar once I had finished. My ass would be grass if my boss found out about this. TV blared ads for some D-tier definitive tax break. Schlocky slasher flick that looked like they took the original Friday the 13th Part 2 and overlaid all the characters with stock photos of people. At the end of the ad, someone screaming for help made me jump. It came from absolutely nowhere in the ad, like totally out of the blue. Turned off the TV. This is not helping my paranoia. I get when oh my gosh, I'm sorry. This was not helping my paranoia. I get when really tired. The box I was holding in my hand was on the ground, cereal licking onto the floor and jumping for joy as another leprechaun leaked out of the box as well. Oh, there's the burp. Excuse me. I let out a loud sigh of relief. I was so grateful it wasn't a duplicate of one I already had. Had far too many of them. Picked up the leprechaun. Good God, he looked like a fugly-ass pug. Took a while, but I came up with a name for him. Rosie O'Donnell. Wow. Okay. I put him up on the counter with his hideous brethren. They looked like a legion of special needs children. The last one took me a whole hour to find. The trash was already overflowing with duplicates. I stared at the leprechaun. He wasn't as ugly as his other siblings, but he still got the rude name of Lucky, the leprechaun's inbred cousin. Then sat him next to the rest. I felt so fulfilled after spreading 3 straight hours opening up cereal boxes. It got mind-numbing pretty fast, but it was all worth it. I was getting ready to clean up when the lights shut off and the TV switched back on. Man, what the fuck? The TV was just static, and I was digging my phone out of my bag as I stared at the TV. Leprechaun's gold commercial turned on, but it was just absolutely fucked. The dark red light radiated from the TV, and all 9 of the figures were in a pentagram. Of course they were. Spinning as the once cheery voice sounded manic and barely audible, overlaid with the interference. From what I could tell, it said, 9 seals, all talisman unlocked. Kara Regnat. The TV then shut off. What the flip, man? I was gathering my stuff to get the hell out of here. I was far too tired to deal with this scary shit. My backpack was finally out on when suddenly, in a flash of fluorescent lights of the freezer suddenly turning on, a man appeared. He was tall, with what looked like a large top hat and glowing orange eyes. I ducked behind the counter. His footsteps got closer and closer. My heart started pumping with fear. He was too close to the door to make a run for it. I saw one of the figurines, took a deep breath, grabbed it, and threw it toward the opposite of the store. The man was just at the cash register. Thankfully, he didn't see me. Since he was so close, I saw he had a large, shrill beard that looked like torn strips of paper. Slowly started walking toward the other side of the store, and I took a run around. So I took a run for it the minute he was at the end. I was just at the mat when what felt like a marshmallow from a cereal hit me in the head so hard I had blacked out. My eyes fluttered open, and I was in a circle of grass, bordered in gigantic marshmallows from the cereal. Leprechaun's Gold ads music was being whistled loudly from behind one of the marshmallows, and I felt my heart sink as I looked around, and it started moving quickly from a marshmallow to marshmallow. The quick instance I saw who was whistling. I saw who flashes of green and orange. I screamed in fear, "Who are you? Where am I?" Eventually it stopped. I was standing in a circle of light. Nothing else but the ground was visible. My heart was beating like a drum as I floated around in a circle, blowing me around in fear. 2 footsteps came in from in front of me, and suddenly the man's head leaned into the circle of light. He wore an all-green outfit and orange hair that was peppered with white. His eyes were completely white, like cataracts, but ringed in pink. He had a large grin on his face. His teeth were rotted and extremely messed up. He put his hand on my face, and I screamed as suddenly the ground turned to Leprechaun's Gold cereal. He started shoving me into it, and I started sinking. I tried to swipe at him, but I couldn't reach him. He was too tall, and his grip was iron on my face, to the point I felt like pressure building in my nose, and I screamed in agony as it broke. I was up to my shoulders by this point, and he started whistling Leprechaun's Gold tune. Eventually, I was buried underneath the cereal. No air was available in the sea of high amounts of sugar. Now you're probably wondering, how did a younger narrator escape this? How did you survive, Joey? I didn't. They found me the next morning. My body was put upright, but Leprechaun's Gold cereal was leaking out of my mouth. What the flip? It ends right there, but there's an author's note. I regret to say, but 333.59 FM is canceled, and there will only be part 1. I really didn't know where I was going after part 2, so I deleted it. Sorry if you were having fun and enjoying it, but I wasn't having any fun as a writer, which sucks. Now tell me, dear reader, what did you think of the story? Hope you guys liked it. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. Not the best story I've read. Keep it up, though. I don't know how to put this. I'm trying to be, fairly, give fair criticism without just being way too harsh. I will give you one thing, though. It felt like I read, an OG original creepypasta. It had charm. Haha, charm. Lucky charm. I did like the part that made it, I don't know if it was supposed to make me laugh or not. But I enjoyed the part where all the leprechauns and it just formed a pentagram. I don't know why that made me laugh. Just the evil leprechaun cereal mascot. It's such a fun goofy idea, and it's just it just really did feel like an old creepypasta tale. Honestly, not this best story for me, but I hope the viewers liked it, and I hope other people like it. Please continue to write. Do not ever give up. You will only get better. I have not said that for a while, but it's true. So please keep writing. I hope you will get better. I know you will get better. So I'm really trying to sound positive and not sarcastic and kind of like a butthole. So anyway, all the links will be in the description below if you want to check out the story. Please give fair criticism, okay? Do not be harsh. Do not be mean, clearly. Anyway, that's all I have for tonight. Great night, okay? Later.